Yo, what's happening, y'all? This is Nikaraxhi Sports Take. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you can get all the latest content on whenever I post my videos. And on this next video, man, we're going to talk about the AFC East divisional projections for 2024. You know what I'm saying? This is probably one of the toughest. This is probably outside of the AFC North. This is probably the toughest division in the AFC. You know what I mean? This is a division led by Buffalo, Miami, the Jets, and then respectively the the New England Patriots, who've always had a tough defense for the most part. But we're gonna start out with the I guess we'll start off with the team that won the division last season in the Buffalo Bills. Now the Buffalo Bills, they finished out the season at 11-6, and they suffered a lot of key losses in the offseason, led by Stephon Diggs, Matt Milano. He went out with a I think it was a knee injury, if I'm not mistaken. Like they lost a whole lot of pieces. Tre'Davious White. He left via free agency to the Houston Texans. To the Los Angeles Rams. Like it was just a whole lot of moving parts. You know what I mean? So you basically gelling in young guys to get your scheme down pat. It's going to take time, I get that, but it's just going to be a lot of expectation on Josh Allen to get the job done this season. And I think he can get it done. Like, I'm not saying they're going to make the Super Bowl or nothing, but I still think he can have a MVP type season, at least to me. But they start out the season at the Arizona Cardinals, who drafted Marvin Harrison Jr., who I think he's going to have a nice season as well for a rookie. But unfortunately, I had the Arizona Cardinals losing this one to the Buffalo Bills. Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins, and I have them losing this one to the Miami Dolphins. Next week, they play the Jacksonville Jaguars in London, if I'm not mistaken, and I have them beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next one is the Buffalo Bills at the Baltimore Ravens, and this is going to be a tough game as well at Baltimore. But I have them losing to Baltimore. Next is the Buffalo Bills at the Houston Texans, and I have them losing to the Houston Texans, who have a lot of expectations coming into this season. And I feel C.J. Stroud is going to live up to those second-year expectations. Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. I have the New York Jets I had the New York Jets winning this one. You know what I mean? I think the turnovers in this one is going to come back to bite Josh Allen in the butt. You know, we know he turns the ball over a little too much, especially when he least needs to. So I have the New York Jets winning this one. Next one is the Tennessee Titans at the Buffalo Bills, and I have them beating the Tennessee Titans. And next we had the Buffalo Bills at the Seattle Seahawks, and I had the Seattle Seahawks losing this one. Of course, we know the Seattle is the 12th man is always a tough place to play, but I think Josh Allen can get the job done for the most part. Next is the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. Now, Miami Dolphins, they won the first matchup between these two teams, but I think Josh Allen comes back around the corner and he evens out the series. Next is the Buffalo Bills at the Indianapolis Colts, led by Anthony Richardson, the second-year quarterback who has a lot of lofty expectations. You know what I mean? He's kind of like a Josh Allen type of prototype. You know what I mean? Because he can run the ball as well, and he has the throw power of almost like that rivals almost anybody in the league. With the Mahomes is the Josh Allen. You know what I mean? Like, he has a cannon for an arm. But I got the Buffalo Bills winning against the Indianapolis Colts. Respectfully, Kansas City at the Buffalo Bills. I got Kansas City winning against the Buffalo Bills. San Fran at Buffalo. I have San Fran losing to the Buffalo Bills. I just feel like it's not gonna be like a normal year for San Fran, because we know how they usually just breeze through the regular season, and then they, you know what I mean, when the playoffs come, they just get to the Super Bowl. Or unlike the year before where Philly got to the Super Bowl. But for the most part, they've been able to breeze through the regular season, and you know what I mean, like nobody has really been able to challenge them in the regular season. But I feel like like I said, I just feel like it's gonna be a tough year for them. Like, not bad, but they're gonna have at least 6 losses, respectively 6 to 7 losses. But I have San Fran losing to the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo at the Los Angeles Rams. I have them losing to the Rams. Buffalo at the Detroit Lions. I have them losing to the Detroit Lions. New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. I got them beating the New England Patriots. New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills. I got them. I got them losing to the to the New York Jets. So they getting swept by the Jets. They sweeping the Patriots, and they going to tie the series up with Miami. And then the last game of the season is Buffalo at New England. Like I just mentioned, they sweeping New England. So with their record, with that, after they finished out the season with 11-6 record last season, this upcoming season, they're gonna suffer like a 2-game win drop from last season, bringing their record to 9-8. You know what I'm saying? So that's not really as bad as people may think, you know what I mean? Especially with what Buffalo has had to endure, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, then again, I could be wrong, you know what I mean? Buffalo could, hell, they could get double-digit wins, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised at that because I got them at 9 wins, so it's not like I had them at 7 or 6 wins, you know what I mean? 9 to 10, that's only a game, like half a game off. So I could see them getting double-digit wins and possibly winning the division, but like the way they've been going as of late, like it's just like they've been slowly taking a step back from the game when they played Kansas City in the AFC Championship game to last season. Like they've just been taking a step back. Like they lost in the AFC Championship game, lost in the divisional round, they lost in the wild card game. And then this past season they lost in the divisional round in Kansas City. So it's just like what's the makeup room? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, next team we got the Miami Dolphins, who after they started out hot last season, they had the opportunity to win they had the opportunity to capture the #1 seed and get home field advantage throughout the playoffs, but they ended up struggling late in the season and allowed Buffalo to catch up to them in that last game of the season between Buffalo and Miami. It ended up being worth more than what it would have been if Miami would have just closed out the deal and won some more of those late games at the end of the season. But they didn't. Unfortunately, they didn't end up doing that, and they finished out the season at 11-6, time with Buffalo. But Buffalo had the tiebreaker, so they got the number. So they got the higher seed. But Jacksonville at the Miami Dolphins, I have them losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that's mainly because, I mean, you know how it is the first game of the season. Like, anything can really happen in the first game of the season. You know, we seen like a few years ago when the Tennessee Titans, they played the Cleveland Browns, led by Baker Mayfield, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb, and David Njoku, and that defense and those boys. And we know the expectations they had. And they just got smoked by the Tennessee Titans in that first game. And we know how the rest of the season ended up going for the Cleveland Browns. But the next game is against the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins, and I had the Miami Dolphins winning this one. And next is the Miami Dolphins at the Seattle Seahawks, and I have them losing to the Seahawks because, man, like I said, that 12th man is always going to be a tough place to play. Like those fans always come packing and they always come ready. But on the next game is against the Tennessee Titans, and I have them winning against Tennessee Titans at home. Miami at the New England Patriots, I have them winning against the Patriots, of course. And the only thing the Patriots have going for them right now is the defense, respectfully. We still don't know when Drake May is going to play, but we know for sure he's going to start sometime this season. The next game is against the Indianapolis Colts. I have them winning against the Indianapolis Colts, led by Anthony Richardson. Next one is against the Arizona Cardinals. I have them beating the Cardinals. Next game after that is the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. And I have them losing the Buffalo Bills, unfortunately. Miami at the Los Angeles Rams. Now, this is a game between two close friends, and Sean McVay and Mike McDaniel. I mean, like the coaching tree between these two is just like it's so close. Like we know Mike McDaniel has gotten so much from Sean McVay from the Kyle Shanahan's. Like that coaching tree is just it's impeccable. You know what I mean? When you got guys like, I think it goes like, it's Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur, I'm going blank. I'm sorry. I'm going blank. Like, but the point is that coaching tree is just, it's like that dynamic is just so crazy. You know what I mean? Like, to know that you have like 4 to 5 head coaches under your coaching umbrella. Like that's you gotta tip your hat off to that. You know what I mean? But the next game, I had them losing to the Rams. The next game is against the Las Vegas Raiders, and I have them winning against the Raiders. Next game after that is against the New England Patriots, and I have them beating the Patriots. Miami at the Green Bay Packers, who have a lot of expectations coming into this season. I got the Packers losing this one. No, I got the Packers winning. I'm sorry. Next game is against the New York Jets. Miami Dolphins, I have them losing to the Jets. Miami at the Houston Texans, that's chalked up as an L. San Fran at Miami, I have them beating them San Francisco 49ers because, like I mentioned earlier, I just feel like San Fran is going to struggle this season as of what they've been accustomed to the past couple of seasons when they've been able to breeze through the regular season. The next game is against the Cleveland Browns, who have a tough defense, but it's all about what can Deshaun Watson and that offense can produce. And I don't feel like they're going to produce enough points to match up with the Miami Dolphins. The next game is against the New York Jets, and I have them losing to the New York Jets. And after finishing with an 11-6 record the year before, I have them falling to 9-8, which is a 2-game drop from the year before. So hopefully Miami Dolphins chalk up more wins. And another thing is Miami, they one of them teams that actually need home field advantage, because if they don't, they gotta play at somebody else's stadium, and 9 times out of 10, the weather is not going to be what you want it to be. So they're going to need to take advantage of the regular season, win all the games that they can, and at the end of the day, like you don't want to make it a numbers game. You don't want to make it a point to where they have to look at who won a tiebreaker here or this and that to decide who gets number 1 seed. No, you want to go out there and prove that you're the best team. You don't want to put your playoff hopes in another team's hands, bro. Like, respectfully. But let's go to the next team, and that's the New York Jets. Now, we know the New York Jets led by Aaron Rodgers. I kind of touched on this yesterday. There's a lot of disarray going on with the organization. Mainly because we know Aaron Rodgers, he's always been like a self-centered type of guy. And he's brought that to the New York Jets. The New York Jets didn't know that. Well, now they do. And it's a lot, especially when you playing in New York. That's a big time market to be playing for. And you gotta, like, if you're not winning, like, the media is gonna be on your ass. You know what I mean? Like, just ask Eli Manning all those years he was in New York. Just ask Geno Smith. Like, that shit is real. That shit is real. But after finishing out the season with a 7-10 record last season, with Jordan Love having to finish the season out at quarterback because Aaron Rodgers, he suffered a torn Achilles in his right leg in week 1 and only less than 5 snaps. Like, once that happened, like, everybody know the Jets season was doomed. Like, everybody knew that. But they started the season against the San Francisco 49ers, and a lot of people had the San Francisco 49ers winning this one. But I honestly feel that, like, in order for the Jets to get off to a good start, you gotta win this one. You have to win this one. You gotta get off to a good start. If you get off to you get off to a good. I mean, just look at the games. They play San Fran, Tennessee, New England, Denver, Minnesota, Buffalo. Like, the only tough games I see out of those 6 games is San Fran and Buffalo, and they could easily win both of those games. You know what I'm saying? But I got them beating San Fran, beating Tennessee, beating New England, beating Denver, beating the Minnesota Vikings, beating Buffalo, beating Pittsburgh. So what? That gets them off to like a 7-0 start right there, we know they're not gonna finish out the season undefeated. We know that's not gonna happen. And we also like, what are the chances that they actually start out 7-0? Very, very unlikely. You know what I'm saying? That's why these are just like projections. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't take this to the bank. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are all just projections. Like, everybody know these projections ain't gonna be 100% right. But yeah, I got them going 7-0 to start out the season. Then you know how you have that surprising L to a team where it's like, damn, we lost to them. Well, we weren't even supposed to lose to them. That usually tends to happen when you take a team lightly. And that next week they played after playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, I wanted to chalk the Pittsburgh Steelers up as an L for them because I think Mike Tomlin here have his guys ready to play more ready to play as opposed to Gerard Mayo because he's more experienced in that situation. But I don't know, bro, because the quarterback room for Pittsburgh ain't really that much better than New England. You know, both of those guys, they both got cut from Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. So it's like you picking hair. It's like you picking hairs, bro. And then they. But I have them losing to New England, possibly losing to Pittsburgh. I don't know yet for sure. But that next game is against the Houston Texans, and I'm talking about the New York Jets again. And they have them losing to the Jets. Next, they got the they got the Arizona Cardinals at home on the road at home. Well, no, they got the Arizona Cardinals on the road, and I got them beating them. Next game is against the Indianapolis Colts. I have them beating in Indy. Seattle at the Jets. I have them losing to the Jets. I got Seattle beating the Jets. I'm sorry, New York Jets at Miami, and I have them beating the Miami Dolphins, meaning they sweeping the Miami Dolphins. New York Jets at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I chalked that up as an L. Los Angeles Rams at the New York Jets. I chalked that up as an L. New York Jets at Buffalo. I got that as a dub. Miami at the New York Jets. That's a dub. And after finishing with a 7-10 record last season, I got the New York Jets improving to an impressive 5-game wins at 12-5 to finish out the season, and basically winning the AFC East and possibly getting that #1 seed, depending on what these other teams in this conference to finish with. But the last team in this division is the New England Patriots. We know they drafted Drake May at quarterback, the 3rd overall pick. They've elected to sit him and start Jacoby Brissett. We know that isn't going to be the full-time plan. We know Drake May is going to eventually end up getting on the field sometime this season. It's just all about the matter of when. You know what I'm saying? But at finishing with a 4-13 record last season, had a lot of injuries to Matt Judon, Christian Gonzalez, the young rookie corner from Oregon, who he got out to an impressive start. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be another tough season for New England. I mean, I'm pretty sure they know that because they don't have enough. I mean, you just look at the O-line. The O-line is bad. The wide receiver room is bad. Like, it's the only thing they got working for them is not their wide receivers, but they defense. Like, that's about it. You know what I mean? When you for the most part, I mean, you can hang your hat on that. But at the end of the day, you still want to have some linemen at least. Like, they don't even have one good lineman, like, to protect your quarterback. That's why they can't afford to play Drake May. Because if you put him behind that O-line, like, we seen what happened to Jacoby Brissett the last preseason game they played against the Commanders. Like, bro hurt his shoulder. Like, he could have came back in, but he ended up hurting his shoulder, bro, in the pocket. Because the O-line couldn't protect him. They couldn't hold up long enough. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine if you put Drake May behind that weak O-line, that suspect O-line, like, and he gets hurt. Like, You're not going like you don't know what you're gonna do because you like this your franchise quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But they first game of the season they played in New England. They played Cincy. I chalked it up as an L. Seattle at New England. That's a dub. New England at the Jets. That's a L. New England at San Fran. That's a L. Miami at New England. That's a L. Houston at New England. That's a L. And then around this time is where you could really consider this is where you could really consider starting putting not Jordan Love, but Drake May in the game. You know what I mean? Like around this New England at Jaguars game, which is like what, week 7, you need to start thinking about that, especially if your team is getting off to a slow start. Like what do they record? They record at this time would be like 1-5. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't really have a lot, 1-4, 1-5. So you really don't have a lot going for you. So I mean, what the hell? Like, what else do you have to lose? So, I would go with Drake May around that time in that Jacksonville game. But like, yeah, I had them losing that one. Next game is against the New York Jets. I have them lose to the Jets. Next game is against the Tennessee Titans. I have them beating the Titans. Chicago playing host to New England, and I have them losing to the Bears. The Rams at New England, I have them losing to New England. I have them losing to the Rams. Next one is the New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. I have them lose to the Dolphins, of course. Indy at New England, I have them losing to Indy. New England at Arizona, I have them losing to Arizona. New England at Buffalo, that's an L. The Rams at the I think I definitely messed that one up. But that's an L for them. Then we got Buffalo at the New England Patriots. That's an L. You know what I'm saying? So after finishing with a 4-13 record last season, I got them dropping 2 games to 2-15. So it's a lot of ways for New England to get better, and they got a lot of questions that they need to ask and a lot of answers that they need to solve as the season progresses and as the season ends. You know what I mean? Of who they want to build around a young quarterback and Drake May. That's about it. But I'm out, man. These are my AFC East 2024 divisional projections for this season. Y'all be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Get all the latest content from my videos. I'm out, man. Peace.